Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Woodstock City Council, May 2nd, 2024 edition. This hybrid meeting is being held in person here in council chambers and electronically in accordance with section 238, subsection 3.3 of the Municipal Act and section 16.6.24 of the City of Woodstock Procedure Bylaw. This meeting is being live streamed to the city's YouTube channel, and a recording will be posted on the city's website following the meeting. An agenda of the meeting can be found on the Agendas, Meetings, and Minutes page of the city's website. And this afternoon, all councilors are in attendance, so no one attending virtually. And we will begin. We will start off with, there was no closed session this afternoon. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. Any disclosures of new business? None. Matters arising from the minutes? And now the minutes. Councillor Lauder.
Thank you. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Tate, that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Woodstock City Council held on April the 18th, 2024 be adopted.
Thank you. Any questions on those? All those in favor? That is carried. There's no additions to the agenda that I'm aware of. No presentations or delegations this afternoon, or considerations of planning report, but we do have some consideration of correspondence. For 10A, John Versailles, Woodstock Lions Club. Councillor Leatherborough.
Moved by myself that Woodstock City Council approves the in-kind donation request and the request for lawn sign placement, subject to staff approval from the Woodstock Lions Club for the Terry Fox Run.
Thank you. Second by Councillor Tate. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? That is carried. None opposed. Next up, we have 10B, Robin Newton Smith, Woodstock Agricultural Society for the Woodstock Fair. Looking for a motion. Councillor Martin.
Moved by myself that Woodstock City Council approves the in-kind donation request from the Woodstock Agricultural Society for the Woodstock Fair being held August 23rd, 2024.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder on that? Councillor Wismer Van Meer. Discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. So that brings us along to no staff presentations, no mayor's reports, no councillor reports, but we do have some department reports. So 14A administrative services, 14A1 final tax rates. Looking for a motion on the floor. Councillor Lauder.
Thank you. I'll move that Woodstock City Council approve the final tax rates and that the necessary bylaw be read.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Councillor Leatherborough. Discussion or questions of staff? Seeing none. All I'd like to say then is thank you so much for all the staff for all their hard work and putting things together, and of course council for working so hard and us going over everything together. And with that, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Next up, we have 14A2, Woodstock Board of Management Downtown Area. Looking for a motion. Councillor Wismer Van Meer.
Moved by myself that Woodstock City Council approve the BIA tax rates and that the necessary bylaw be read.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Martin. Discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor? None opposed. Carried. Next up, 14A3, reserve funds, trust funds, and reserve for capital projects. Councillor Tate, second by Councillor Schanberg.
I'll move that Woodstock City Council receive the statement of reserve funds, trust funds, and reserve for capital projects at December 31st, 2023 as information. And further, that Woodstock City Council approve the reclassification of the following funds to reserve funds: Art Gallery, Community Complex, Good Beginnings / Gym Club, Lily Telfler, and Shauna Larson.
Thank you. You're okay with that, Counselor Shanberg, for seconder? Thank you. Discussion? Counselor Shanberg?
Yeah, not sure if we can get a comment from the mayor through to the CIO or finance department, but just want maybe a little bit of discussion or explanation on what it means to reclassify funds to being a reserve fund, and maybe in particular community complex and art gallery on that list.
Your worship, through to the councillor's question. These funds are actually not technically ever been trust funds. They just were called trust funds. Typically a trust fund requires a bequest and certain restrictions, et cetera, on the use of the funds. Now, while there are restrictions on some of these funds, they weren't, it wasn't through a will or anything like that. And there's new Canada Revenue Agency rules coming in with regard to trusts. And so we're just trying to preempt the any problems with these funds by just moving them into the reserve fund section.
And I have a further question. Maybe this is one that the CAO might have to answer. I know that over the several years, we've been saving money for Southside Pond restoration or and I know Brian Connors isn't here today, but maybe it's something that or Harold DeHaan might be able to answer about the update as to whether or not that will happen this calendar year, because we've now up to $2.5 million in a reserve fund for that project.
I believe Harold has an update on that. Thank you.
Your worship, through the counselor. Currently that project is out for, we're qualifying contractors. So the pre-qualifications are out right now. The qualification packages are due next Friday. We will go through that information shortlist up to a maximum of 5 contractors and then allow them to bid on the actual project. Construction is scheduled to begin in October.
Thank you for that. Okay. Yeah. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. So now from engineering, we have 14B.1 2024 roof replacement projects. Looking for a motion, Counselor Shanberg.
Yeah, motion that Woodstock City Council approve the award of the City Hall upper roof 11317, 944 James Street 11318, and Southside Aquatic Center 11322 projects to Smith Pete Roofing and Sheet Metal Limited, and authorizes an increase of $159,000 for the combined roof replacement projects to be funded as follows. $225,000 from the Hydro Reserve Fund. There might be a typo there. $134,000 from the Reserve for Capital Projects. And further, that notice is hereby given that the 24 to 28 capital budget is amended accordingly.
And there is a typo there for those watching at home or wondering. It should be $25,000 from the Hydro Reserve Fund. And I need a seconder on that motion, please. Counselor Wismer Van Meer, discussion or questions? Counselor Shanberg.
Probably going to answer my own question by asking the question, but with 3 different projects upcoming, is there some sort of compilation savings by putting these 3 projects together?
Your worship, through the counselor. Yes, and that's exactly why we bid them all under one contract to get basically a volume discount.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. Nothing from cultural services. Park and recreation, though we do. 14D1 special events. WEAC waste audit recommendations. Counselor Shanberg.
Make a motion that Woodstock City Council receive the report regarding Woodstock Environment Advisory Committee waste audit recommendations as information.
Thank you. Seconded by Counselor Martin. Discussion or questions? Counselor Leatherborough.
Through your worship, just thanking staff for coming back with this report, and to my colleague, Counselor Schattenberg, it looks like we'll go back to the WEAC committee with more volunteering opportunities as well. So thank you.
Any questions? We do have Counselor Schattenberg.
Yeah, a question from the mayor through to, I guess, Kristen Broadhagen, our special events coordinators here today instead of Brian Connors. Just give us an idea. I mean, I know you've been involved in special events in other communities as well. The importance of doing not only a waste audit, but after a waste audit is done, that we committee did, is to be able to sort of analyze recycling needs and stuff like that, where it comes, especially outdoor events.
Your worship, through to the councillor's question. In my experience at another municipality, I assisted their environmental advisory committee and subcommittee, which was called the Green Team. And their goal was to divert waste at festival and events locally. So the Green Team was crucial in leading the environmental initiatives for our large scale events with support of city staff. And I believe this being committee led is crucial to the success and something that we are definitely going to strive for moving forward.
Thank you for that. Anyone else? I'd just like to thank the committee, of course, for going through all the waste and giving us the numbers and everything they did. I'm sure that wasn't pleasant. And of course, to city staff for recognizing the importance of realize we're not going zero waste yet, but that's the goal, and we'll certainly try to get our waste down as much as possible. So thank you. And with that, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. Next up, we have 14D2, Parks Job Title Change to Sport Field and Turf Technician. Looking for a motion, Councillor Lauder.
Thank you. I'll move that Woodstock City Council approve the conversion of a park skilled labor position to a sports field and turf technician position.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder on that? Councillor Tate, discussion? Or questions? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed. Carried. That brings us down to nothing from economic development today, clerks or the CAO's office. Human resources though, 14H.1 ratification of memorandum. Councillor Tate.
I'll move that Woodstock City Council approve compensation and benefit adjustments for 2024, 2025, and 2026, consistent with the memorandum of settlement negotiated with CUPE Local 1146, outside unit, and the mayor and the clerk be authorized to sign the collective agreement.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Leatherborough. Discussions or questions? Seeing none. Oh, sorry, Councillor Martin.
Yeah, just wanted to quickly point out that that these wages are retroactive and they were budgeted for in anticipation of, so this isn't, for the public's information, this isn't an added increase to our existing budget. This is within our existing anticipation of spending.
Correct. Thank you for that. Yes, it is. We did, we knew this was coming. And we thank CUPE, of course, for negotiating in good faith with the city and working everything out, and of course, for ratifying all the members. Any other discussion or questions? I'll call a vote. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. Nothing from fire services, public works, or IT. There is no special committee advisory task force reports. No notice of motions, no new business, which brings us to draft bylaws. Councillor Lauder.
Moved by myself and second by Councillor Leatherborough that the following bylaws be given a first and second reading. 9680-24, bylaw to govern and regulate the finances for the city of Woodstock for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. To provide for the adoption of tax rates and to further provide the penalty and interest in default of payment thereof for 2024. 9681-24, bylaw to approve the estimates for the Board of Management for the Business Improvement Area for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2024. 9682-24, bylaw to amend the City of Woodstock Municipal Code, Chapter 134, officials and appointments. 9683-24, bylaw to amend the City of Woodstock Municipal Code, Chapter 153, property standards, officers' appointments.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on those? Seeing none, call the vote. All those in favor? None opposed, that's carried. And Councillor Lauder?
Thank you. Moved by myself, second by Councillor Schadenberg, that the following bylaws be given a third and final reading. 9680-24 through to 9683-24, all inclusive. Thank you.
Thank you. Last chance. Any questions or comments on those? Okay. All those in favor? None opposed. That is carried. And that actually brings us to the end of our agenda today. I think that is our shortest meeting yet. So we are going to start with Councillor Leatherborough today, because I believe Councillor Wismer Van Meer said she had never started before, which means you've probably never started either. So we'll start with you.
Great, thank you. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Tonight is the Runway of Stars, which most of us are attending, participating. I've never participated or attended, so I'm really looking forward to that. As well as there's 2 business anniversaries in the downtown. The Cheesy Cow is celebrating their 1-year anniversary today through Sunday with various deals, and Fair Square is celebrating 7 years today through Sunday with various deals. And as it's a beautiful day, which is probably why it's a short and sweet meeting, I just wanted to give a thanks to the Parks Department. I've received a lot of feedback, all City of Woodstock staff, but specifically the parks. We were in Southside, my family and I, on the weekend, and it was gray and dull, but the park was just beautiful. And I've had some emails about the new all-way stops, 4-way stops. So thanks to engineering as well. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their week.
Thank you. We're going to bounce over to Councillor Wismer Van Meer.
I wasn't prepared. Looking forward to Runway of Stars, of course, tonight as well. I'm crimping my hair. It's been a hot minute since I've done that, but we shall see how that goes. There's a couple of theater productions coming up in our community. The K2K group are going to be doing the Frozen Junior production, and that's for the seniors of the K2K. So that's May 9th and 10th at the Movement Church here in Woodstock. And Stages are doing 2 productions in May. The first one is Munch at Play and Giants in the Sky. That's May 2nd and 5th, or through 5th. And then the seniors will be doing Something Rotten later in May. That starts on the 24th. So some great theatrical productions happening for young people in our community. Don't forget, Smile Cookies are being sold this week. I was out decorating Smile Cookies yesterday morning in Innerkip and forgot how hard that is to decorate. You think growing up in a home where my mom made cakes for 35 plus years, I would have known a thing or two, but I do not. So Smile Cookies, of course, this time around are going to be benefiting United Way Oxford and VON Sakura House. And congratulations to the Realtors Care who did a great job with the food drive last night after a little hiccup with somebody's order accidentally being picked up from the front porch in a bit of a chaotic mess. Surprisingly, the team quickly returned that order after having to sift through all of the donations they received. So kudos to Kelly Byers and her husband, Justin. Justin just happened to be the one driving the truck that picked it up, and it turned into quite the fiasco. It was very entertaining. I had a great laugh to end my night last night. So congratulations to everybody that was involved in that. And I'm looking forward to hear what their numbers are.
Thank you. Councillor Lauder.
Thank you. I too am looking forward tonight to just sit back and watch all of you 3 perform. So I think it's going to be a very exciting night. I know the last time I attended one, it was lots of fun. So, and this National Nurses Week is May 6th to 12th. So thank a nurse for all they do. Their theme this year is Nurses Make the Difference, and they certainly do. On May the 11th, Southgate is holding a Mother's Day brunch, a bake sale, and a garden extravaganza. Lots of plants for sale, and tickets for the brunch can be purchased ahead of time at the Southgate office. And from the Art Gallery, a reminder that the artist submissions for the gallery's annual juried exhibition will close at noon on May the 7th, 2024. Also, the gallery's last Creative PA Day program will close on May the 31st. Geared to ages 5 to 12, the Creative PA Day program include art making activities and lessons. The program is designed to provide time and space for interactive creativity and social engagement, and the cost is $55 if you are not a member, and if for members, it's $45. And they do have before and after care available for children. And if you want any more information on that, just see the woodstockartgallery.ca for more details. And thank you.
Thank you. Over to Councillor Tate.
Just short because it's so nice, as noted. The nice weather is here, and we all know that because Todd's Dogs is now open officially. So did I, from 11 till 7 every day. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor Accioni. Just wanted to mention that next Thursday, May 9th, Central Public School is hosting a One World Festival. It's an opportunity, family-friendly event to celebrate and promote inclusion, acceptance, and of our diversity. So I know I'll be attending. I think Councillor Schoenberg, you are also confirmed. I'm not sure if you are too, Mayor Accioni. Wonderful. It is open to the public, starts at 4 p.m. Right at Central Public School on Hunter Street. And I also wanted to mention that this is National Immunization Awareness Week. So immunizations, the dollars that we spend today on immunizations save us millions of dollars in future healthcare costs. And so encourage people to ensure that you are up to date, specifically on measles. There are, I believe, 11 cases in the province right now, none of them in our Southwestern Public Health region, which is very encouraging, but we'd like to keep it that way.
Thank you. Last but not least, Councillor Schoenberg. It was ladies first tonight.
First and foremost, I want to thank Mayor Accioni and of course and myself. We were planting trees this past Saturday in the rain off Tamarack towards Burgess Park, or at least the top of Burgess Park. 650 trees. A lot of volunteers in the community, from maybe many from Scouts, but certainly other organizations were there as well, and great assistance from the city staff as well to come out, and there was various different types of trees we were planting as well, all in nice little rows. Want to remind everyone that Woodstock Museum National Historic Site continues with an exhibit till June 29th called Drawn to Directions. So it's a neat display about municipal maps. So how streets have changed over the years in Woodstock and expanded, and how the city has grown basically back to the 1800s to now. One noteworthy thing, for example, is McIntosh Park. Used to be a big pond, and of course now it's a park with soccer fields and stuff on it. So things certainly evolve. Last night, because the Leafs weren't playing, I did watch a bit of the Dallas Stars and Vegas Golden Knights game. And the reason I mentioned that, short story long, is that Doug Shelton of Woodstock has lived in Dallas for a long, long time now, and he was Woodstock's first NHL hockey player. He played for the Chicago Blackhawks, but before that, before Dallas was in the NHL, he played in the American Hockey League in Dallas. So that's why he kind of got settled in that area, met his wife there, et cetera, et cetera. So I emailed him. I figured I'll just run over to my computer quickly and say, hey, I really like this Dallas Stars hockey team you've got. And he told me in an email reply quickly that his favorite hockey team of all time was the 54-55 Junior B Warriors with Matt Ravlich, Walter Gretzky, and of course, Bobby Hull. So that was a quick response from Mr. Shelton last night. And I guess that's it. Have a great weekend.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Arbor Day, I wanted to thank as well. Councillor Schadenberg and I were definitely got a little wet, along with 30 or 40 volunteers. It was great to see that many out, considering the weather especially. So really want to thank them and the staff. The staff were so well organized and had everything prepared. It was fantastic. Speaking of being prepared, I want to say a huge thank you to city's staff, but also to the Woodstock Chamber, Southgate Center, and of course for Toyota for sponsoring the mayor's breakfast, the State of the City address earlier this week. It's amazing going in there, and I should have felt really nervous, but everybody was so prepared. and it really helps a lot with the confidence. So thanks to everybody that came out. It was a great event. Tonight is, of course, the WDDS Runway of Stars. I'm excited to be paired with Tara again, one of my favorite partners. She is going to steal the show. I'll tell everybody right now, so make sure you're watching. She loves the runway, but we have a lot of fun doing that. A couple of anniversaries as mentioned as well, Cheesy Cow and Fair Square for being downtown businesses. Please support, get out, not only them, but anybody downtown. We love seeing successes like this. So come out and support, support with smile cookies. Again, was mentioned already, but important enough to mention again. Get out and support. I was lucky enough to give away 7 dozen so far this week. So we'll get some more going here. And of course, it's no secret I'm a Leafs fan, so nobody can throw stuff at me right now. Go Leafs, go. We got this game 6 tonight. I hope they win. I will be at WDDS, but I might have it playing in the background just for curiosity. So with that, if nobody has anything else, all those are, I'll call for adjournment. Councillor Schattenberg, second by Councillor Wismer Van Meer. We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.